In conjunction with our friends at UNFD, all weekend on The Faction, it's a heavy music radio takeover. We know, sadly, you can't go to Unify this year, so all weekend we're bringing it to you. You'll be able to hear the bands you saw on stage with some live Unify sets, some archived interviews with the bands that played there, and some brand new interviews with the bands you saw there. And that brings me to my next guest. His band played at Unify more than once. His name is Jamie, singer from Polaris. Jamie, thank you for chatting to The Faction.
No worries, mate. Yeah, good to be a part of it.
Unless I've missed one here, I've got you listed as playing at Unify 2017, 2018, and most recently 2020. But before we get to those years, had you ever heard of Unify before playing there?
Yeah, I had. I missed going on the first couple of years that Unify had happened, and Daniel, actually our drummer, he filled in. I think it was 2016, the year prior before we played. He filled in for a band called Stories. He played drums. He filled in on drums for them, and I think Jake and Daniel and Rick went that year, I believe. Like I'd heard of it, and I wanted to go. I just I think at the time it was work commitments and stuff that I couldn't make it down for the weekend for the festival. But I really was itching to go, and then it turned out that the year that I was planning to go, we ended up actually playing it for the first time, so it worked out really well.
Did you buy a ticket for 2017, the year you played?
No, because obviously the festival stuff, like events like that, festivals, they get booked pretty well in advance. Yeah. So by the time that it was even like before tickets and all that stuff were announced, like we were already confirmed for it. So I was like, all right, well, looks like I don't have to buy a ticket because we're playing. So,
So did your band members' reviews of Unify meet your expectation when you took the stage in 2017?
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Like I remember Jake and Dan saying like how just the vibe that it is, how crazy it is, and it's kind of like a completely different vibe to like previous festivals that we've had before, like Soundwave and all that. And like I was pretty hyped on like wanting to go myself, and then being there and actually playing it as well was it was pretty cool to experience in both, like to be like actually a part of the festival and playing the festival, but the whole time we were there, like I think I spent more time outside of the crowd and being a part of the actual festival than actually being backstage, because I'd never been to it before, so I wanted to watch all the bands from out front and be a part of the whole vibe and everything, and see all the ins and outs of what Unify is, and it was great fun, lots of fun.
Had the Mortal Coil been released prior to this show?
So 2017, no.
So did many people know the songs?
So the Mortal Coil hadn't come out at that stage yet. We were still going off of The Guilt and the Grief, our EP previously to that. So it was Unify 2018 was what we released our album, The Mortal Coil, at the end of 2017, and then 2018 we played Unify and we opened up with Lucid, and that was our first show back in Australia since releasing The Mortal Coil, and it was just like almost like a bit of a smack in the face to how the album had been received so quickly already. And that was probably up there with like one of the most memorable performances. Just I remember walking out on stage and getting a circle going for Lucid, and just the crowd singing along to the first chorus and the second chorus of Lucid, and like the breakdown drop line, like I found my level and kill me. It was so loud. I was just like, what the heck is going on right now? Yeah.
When you had some free time, were you able to see any bands?
Oh yeah, of course. I think 2018 was that the year I played as well. I know that was 2017. It was the first year, wasn't it? When CJ came back in the band. I remember that. Every single year that I've been there, which is actually every single year that we've played as well, I've tried to watch as many as bands that I can watch and be out and about as well. Like, because obviously there's a lot of friends and pals that we have that are out and about in the crowd. So we always try to catch up with our friends and experience the whole festival and watch all the bands with all them as well.
I know things are constantly changing, I understand that, but are you able to offer an update on 2021 plans for Polaris?
Well, I mean, 2020 didn't go anywhere near as anyone expected, not just us, the whole world, So We had obviously some forced downtime, and so we've basically used all our energy and time into slowly chipping away at writing a new album. So we've been busy in that respect to use our time wisely and, start working on some new tunes, new songs. Obviously, we don't need to be putting out an album anytime soon. Like the Death of Me hasn't even turned one yet. It hasn't even been out for a year. But, at the same time, a year's a long time, and we've only got to tour it once, which is around Australia. We haven't had a chance to take it overseas around the world at all. So, we're still, once somewhat of a so-called normal is to return and we're actually able to go overseas, which I doubt will be for a while, but, we've still got lots of touring to do of, with the Death of Me before we even think of anything new. But we're definitely planning ahead and being proactive instead of, getting to the end of, say, this year and going, well, we probably should start a new album, So, yeah, there's that in the works. There's no set release date for anything at the moment. We're just, we're being busy with our downtime to make sure we don't bite ourselves in the arse when it comes around and go, we should probably have been working on a new album all this time. Hey, so with 2021, we've got that. We've been doing that all 2020, and now moving forward with 2021, still writing. We do have Impericon Never Say Die Festival booked for the end of this year, which is Europe and the UK. And obviously that's in the hopes, fingers crossed, that may go ahead. It may not. I guess we'll see how this year pans out. I hope it does. There's lots of bands that have, not just us, like heaps and heaps of bands that have tours announced for this year. And like the later half of this year, and it's all just in the hopes of, that a vaccine has come out or this or that or whatever, that we're able to do these tours. So fingers crossed, trying to be as positive as we can, I guess.
Jamie, whatever your objective is for 2021, I wish you all the best, and thank you for chatting to The Faction today.
No, of course. Thank you very much.